Welcome to Positive Atheism English channel. Today I am going to read out you the article on People's Participation and Voluntary Effect, the only way to rapid progress, written by Sri V.M. Tarkunde, a prominent Indian lawyer and civil rights activist. It is wrong that the people require a good and helpful government to improve their lot. If they develop sufficient self-confidence, they can undertake schemes for their improvement and proceed to carry them out by mutual cooperation, and in such cases, experience shows. The government is obliged to extend support to them because ultimately it has to depend upon their votes. Many of those who were involved in the struggle for Indian independence regarded foreign rule as the main cause of the material and cultural backwardness of the bulk of the people. Gandhiji had declared that after the attainment of independence, not a single person in India would remain in starvation. It was assumed that the national independence meant the end of India's mass poverty. Many thoughtful persons did not accept this simple formula, but they believed that the material and cultural life of the poverty stricken majority can be rapidly improved if foreign power was replaced by an independent Indian state. 50 years have passed after the attainment of independence, and still India is one of the poorest and most backward countries in the world. Although there are some differences among economists in regard to actual figure, it is common ground that between 30 to 40% of our people live below the poverty line, which means that they are unable to get 2 square meals a day. India is among the least educated countries in the world, with about 40% of the males and 60% of the females being illiterate. India is among the least hygienic countries in the world, and even the waters of mighty rivers like the Ganga and the Yamuna have been found undrinkable. The people are accustomed to look upon the central and state governments as being responsible for the provision of adequate food and clean water to them, but the prospects of such progressive governments coming to power at the center or in the states are getting dimmer day by day. Corruption prevails to a colossal extent all over the country, and there are no signs that it will be curtailed in the near future. Looking at economic disparities, it is not that economic development has not taken place during all these years. Economic development in the country as a whole has been quite impressive, but it has not reduced the poverty and ignorance of the bulk of the people, and the unhygienic conditions in which they are required to live are actually worse than before. The socio-economic stagnation since independence was largely due to two reasons. One was the enormous multiplication in the country's population, so that economic progress was neutralized by the increase in the country's population. Secondly, the capitalist system under which the economic development of the country was taking place naturally increased economic disparities, so that while the rich became richer, there was a very meager economic progress among the bulk of the poor. Another reason why the Indian people remained backward was that the economic policy adopted by the leadership was basically defective. The policy has been described as that of import substitution, which meant that India prevented or discouraged the import of goods which could be produced in India, even if they were of lower quality and involved higher costs. Protected from foreign competition, India capitalists could exploit the consumers under this policy by selling them costlier and inferior goods. This policy can legitimately be described as Swadeshi. Some countries like Indonesia and Malaysia, which were poorer when India became independent in 1947, had a much more rapid economic progress because they followed the normal policy of the export promotion. Even the conditions of the poor in these countries improved, while the vast majority of Indians remained in poverty and economic backwardness. The defective policy of import substitution, or Swadeshi, was abandoned by India in or about January 1991, and the other policy of the export promotion was adopted. This was done in a gradual way and against the opposition of almost all the leftists in India. Although the figures are disputed by different groups of economics as usual, there is no doubt that the new policies increased our foreign trade and gave a fillip to these Indian industries, both large and small, which had the capacity of improvement in a competitive market. Many of the small-scale industries experienced substantial progress as a result of the increase in the foreign trade. Inefficient Indian industries, which were incapable of facing competition, naturally suffered, and many of them had to be closed down. But on the whole, it appears that Indian industries had substantially benefited by the new policy of export promotion. And from here, we shall continue in the next episode again. Thank you.
For more videos, please subscribe to this channel Positive Atheism and activate the bell icon. Please download Samaram multi-channel app and watch your favorite channels from your mobile. App available on Google Play Store and subscribe to the channels.